Hello and welcome to Undead Gaming News, your one-stop shop for all things gaming. I'm your host, Zombie. First up this week we have God of War Ragnarok, as there were reports and rumours that it was getting delayed until 2023. Despite there being no official confirmation, however, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, he gathered information from people close to the project, and they're apparently looking at releasing it in November this year, and we should expect a release date announcement later this month. We also have an update for Horizon Forbidden West, as they're adding a New Game Plus mode and Ultra Hard Difficulty mode. They're adding the ability to reset your skills within the menu. They're adding a transmog system to give a different look to Aloy's armour. New rewards that are available in New Game Plus, as in weapons, dyes and face paints. There'll be a new trophy set, and they've improved the visual fidelity on the performance mode. We also have an update for Starfield, which is Bethesda's first new IP in 25 years, which was recently delayed from November 11th, 2022, to be given a to-be-confirmed date for 2023, which has made people worry about how the production was progressing. So Todd Howard tried to put people's minds at ease during a pre-E3 interview by saying, "We are putting the finishing touches on Starfield, which is an incredible opportunity for us." Now personally, I don't think Starfield will be any good, to be honest with you. And I don't think you should take Todd Howard at his word, because he has lied multiple times in the past. But that's just my 2 cents. Also in the news we have Microsoft, who've announced a deal with Samsung to bring the Xbox app to 2022 smart TVs at the end of the month, so you can play cloud-enabled Game Pass Ultimate games without a console. Microsoft has said playing Xbox games on these Samsung TVs will be a seamless experience, similar to using any other streaming app on your TV. It also means you can play Fortnite via the Xbox Cloud Gaming for free, and without a paid subscription on your TV. The Xbox app goes live on those Samsung TVs on the 30th of June. You can launch it from the Samsung's new gaming hub, and from there you can connect your Bluetooth-enabled controller, log in to your Game Pass Ultimate account, and start playing. Compatible controllers include the Xbox Wireless Controller, the Xbox Adaptive Controller, the Elite Series 2 controller, and Sony's DualSense controller. Do keep in mind that you will obviously need a good internet connection in order to actually stream a game from that. Also, for the entire month of June, those on Xbox and Steam can claim Tell Me Why completely free of charge as part of the Pride Month celebrations. Tell Me Why is the latest narrative adventure game from Don't Nod Entertainment, which is the studio behind Life is Strange. In this game, reunited twins use their supernatural bond to unveil the memories of their loving but troubled childhood. Xbox will also be celebrating Pride in its other games as well, with Halo Infinite receiving free cosmetics that include a rainbow nameplate and emblem. There will also be Pride t-shirts available for purchase, and those who do buy one will have a chance to win a $25 gift card to buy even more Xbox merch. On top of all that, Xbox will be releasing a new controller for Pride, which will be available to purchase through the Xbox Design Lab, and will be customizable with 34 flags representing different facets of the LGBTQIA+ community. You'll also be able to add metallic finishes, rubberized grips, and more to tweak the controller to your liking. That's available for purchase now, if you're interested. Another free game you might be interested in is over at Epic Games Store. It's called Supraland, which is a first-person Metroidvania puzzle game, which has been inspired by Zelda, Metroid and Portal. The story is very minimal, but it gives you an overarching goal to pursue, and then sets you free to explore at your own leisure. Also from Epic, the CEO, Tim Sweeney, says that a newly announced cryptocurrency called Fortnite Token is a complete scam, and has warned that the company is preparing legal action to shut it down. The creators of Fortnite Token did push back, however, saying that Fortnite Token isn't a scam cryptocurrency project. Instead, it's a fair launch, community-driven Fortnite fans-created cryptocurrency project with no specified owner or company structure behind it, or a CEO deciding on its future. Tim simply responded by saying that's not how trademarks and copyright works though. You can't use the Fortnite name and images without permission to market an unrelated project. The account behind Fortnite Token has since been deleted, so it seems that the possibility of being taken to court might have scared them into submission. In other news, according to a new study conducted by experts in Sweden, children who spend more time playing video games see greater intelligence gains as they get older, while watching TV and scrolling through social media doesn't seem to have the same effect. Psychological tests were given to 9,000 boys and girls aged between 9 and 10 in the United States to measure their mental abilities. Children and their parents were also asked about how much time kids spend watching TV, playing games, and using social media. 5,000 of the participants were asked to take the same tests to measure their psychological abilities 2 years later. The educational background and income of the parents, as well as genetic differences, were taken into account. The children involved spent an average of 2.5 hours watching TV, half an hour on social media, and 1 hour playing video games. Those who played more games boosted their intelligence by approximately 2.5 IQ points more than the average. According to this research, while no positive or negative effects were observed from watching TV or spending time on social media, Professor Torkel Klingberg said, "Our results support the claim that screen time generally doesn't impair children's cognitive abilities, and that playing video games can actually help boost intelligence. This is consistent with several experimental studies of video game playing." Sega have also announced the Mega Drive Mini 2, which will include 50 Mega Drive games and Mega CD titles, including Sonic CD, Virtua Racing, Fantasy Zone, Bonanza Bros, Mansion of Hidden Souls, Potful Mail, Shining Force CD, Shining in the Darkness, Sliphead, and Thunder Force 4. There's no confirmation that the mini system will be available to fans outside of Japan, as Sega did confirm it will be released in Japan on the 27th of October, and it will cost 9,980 yen. We also had a Summer Game Fest showcase recently, which showed off Street Fighter 6, which will be coming in 2023, Aliens Dark Descent, which will also be coming in 2023, and then came the Callisto Protocol, which is made by the Dead Space developers, and that will be arriving on December 2nd, 2022. And then we had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which will be arriving on October 28th, 2022. And then we had Flashback 2, which will be out winter 2022, 30 years after the original. Then we had Witchfire, which will be available in late 2022, which was originally announced in 2017 in case you're familiar with the name but couldn't quite place it. We also had Fort Solis, which seems to have a star-studded cast, as we have Troy Baker and Roger Clark. If you're unfamiliar, Roger Clark is Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. I believe that's a sci-fi game. Both of their characters are at odds with each other at some point, I suppose, because they did talk about a fight scene that they did. We also had Routine that was mentioned after it was announced nearly a decade ago, so that's still in development and on its way. We also had Outriders World Slayer DLC, which will be dropping June 30th, 2022. And then we had an announcement for a beta for Stormgate, which will be dropping in 2023, which is a post-apocalyptic RTS. And then there was High Water, which is an adventure strategy set in a world ravaged by the effects of climate change, and that's sometime this year, we don't know specifically. And then they gave a shout out to a game called Replaced, which is a 2.5D sci-fi retro futuristic action platformer set in an alternate 1980s. The reason there wasn't a trailer for it is because the developers are in Ukraine and they're obviously dealing with something else at the moment, so they didn't have time to actually produce the trailer. But they thought it would be a good idea to shout them out anyway, just to keep the name of the game alive, I suppose, and get word out there. And then we had American Arcadia, which is a new take on a dystopian future. Seems to have some comedy elements behind it as well. And then we had Marvel's Midnight Suns, which will be dropping October 7th, 2022. And then Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, obviously the DLC for Cuphead, will be dropping June 30th, 2022. And then we had Neon White, which came June 16th. Then there was Midnight Fight Express for August the 23rd, 2022. Warframe, the Deveri Paradox expansion. We have no release date on that yet, but they did say they will be giving more information on it next month. We have Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero, which are both made by Genshin Impact developers. And then we had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder Revenge, which I believe is a remake, coming June 16th, 2022. And then there's Super People. The final beta for that is August 17th, 2022. And then Humankind, which will be dropping November 4th. One Piece Odyssey at some point this year. Soul Hackers 2 on the 26th of August, 2022. Metal Hellsinger, which is a music-based rhythm shooter, which will be dropping September 15th, 2022. It appears to be heavily inspired by Doom. It seems to be what Doom would be if it was a music-based rhythm shooter. And then we had The Quarry, which is the spiritual successor to Until Dawn, which is of course made by Supermassive Games. They did also obviously make Until Dawn. They've also made the Dark Pictures anthology, those set of games that have been coming out over the past couple of years. And I believe The Quarry is about as long as Until Dawn, which is longer than the Dark Pictures anthology games. And then they finished the showcase with an announcement for The Last of Us Part 1 remake, which I believe is a from the ground up remake of the original Last of Us game. And that'll be coming to PS5 on September the 2nd, 2022. Just about covered all the news from this week, so if you have any thoughts on any of the topics, please leave them in the comments below, and then let's have a discussion. And until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.